All right, Davis, we've had a look at the offensive players on our NFL All-22 Team Canada roster. Give me your top three.
Yeah, number one, the expectations are as high as any Canadian offensive skill player we've ever seen coming into a season, and that's Josh Palmer of the LA Chargers. Look, Mike Williams is gone, Keenan Allen's in Chicago, entering the season. Justin Herbert's number one target can be Brampton's own Josh Palmer. Already last season, you look at his targets and his numbers. He's right up there. He was at the top of the team when you look at wide receiver targets, yards. He played the most snaps other than Keenan in the slot. So he's a guy they already depended on, and now they lost the other top two receivers going into a contract year on a team with Jim Harbaugh and big expectations for one of the best young quarterbacks in the game in Justin Herbert. Josh Palmer is due for a big year, and all eyes on Josh, not only in Canada, but around the NFL.
Yeah, certainly has the versatility, as you say, having that experience with Justin Herbert on a roster that's got so much turnover. He will certainly be featured in 2024. All right, who you got for us at number two?
I got Chase Brown in Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, now what was the thing his tackle, Orlando Brown, said about him recently?
Yeah, if we don't believe in him, we should listen to his big tackle, one of the best in the game. He said, if I was allowed to play fantasy football, I would make Chase Brown my number one selection at running back. Look, we're looking at a guy who everything has seemed to line up for this guy. Uber talented, and now he's in a situation where the number one back in Joe Mixon is gone, but rarely do you have a fifth-round pick where everything seems to line up. We're looking at one of the best offenses in the league. Like I said, the number one back in Joe Mixon has left, and Zach Moss is the only other true competitor that they brought in, and Zach Moss is a good football player, but not a guaranteed
He's a journeyman
starter
at this stage of his career.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you look at the pure speed and the playmaking ability in the open field of what he could possibly do, when you have Joe Burrow, you have the weapons you have on the outside with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, the sky's the limit for this kid, and on a team that can go all the way. Who knows, Dave? We could be looking in February at a guy who's featured in the Super Bowl and busts a couple big plays. It could be the Super Bowl MVP. You never know. I mean, this is the type of path that might happen for Chase Brown right now just because of how it's laid out and who he's playing for.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him during his rookie year. They brought him along slowly. He had a couple nagging injuries, but when he got to November and December and the opportunities opened up for him, you could really see that explosiveness that we all witnessed when he was at college at the University of Illinois. All right, who's your number three off this roster?
I decided to go with the New York Giants, our rookie that we love so much.
A rookie? Oh.
At the Combine, yeah, that's Theo Johnson. David, you've been in love with Theo for a long time, and what we saw at the Combine, he's a gifted kid. I talked to some folks within that Giants organization, the front office, and they said, you're talking about, is he going to start? And they said, there's no true number one tight end in that Giants offense. It's going to be number 1, 2, kind of by committee. But they talked about him being a fierce competitor, and he told me that he's done everything right in camp thus far and what they expected from him. And not only his athleticism, but like I said, a fierce competitor. I think what we see with his downfield speed, the body type he has. Look, you're going to start as a rookie. You're going to get a ton of reps as a rookie. I think you've got to be in our top three, and that's why Theo's there.
Yeah, certainly during his years at Penn State, he developed into that all-around tight end, the guy who can do everything. He can block. He can release. We saw what he can do physically at the Combine. I was at his pro day at Penn State. You saw him really go after the football that day as well.
40-inch vertical at 260 pounds.
He's a pretty good specimen.
Yeah.
Pretty good football player as well. All right, that's it for our look at the top three of our NFL All-22 Team Canada offensive roster.